Hey YouTube, Matches 860. Smoking a Savinelli 2004 Pipe of the Year. With some haunted bookshop. Chapter 13 and the last one of my work series. Although I'll do some side stories to this job, I'm sure, down the road. Building opened up in 1988 during the summer. And I guess we started out with about 12 people moving in right off the bat. And probably it was the best building I've ever been in as far as construction goes. Very well built. But like any new building, it had some glitches to it. I'll definitely do a side video about the most famous glitch, but kept me busy. And it still keeps me busy to this day. Some of the oddities that you find in a building, especially from one season to the next. But anyway, everything went fairly smoothly otherwise. The first few years we were open. And probably around 1993, 94, we noticed people coming in for tours who were interested in moving in weren't the healthy, independent seniors that we were really trying to attract. And there were a few things going on that were changing the entire landscape of the healthcare industry. I guess the first one was hospitals and medical procedures were improving by leaps and bounds. In 1988, when we opened, if we sent somebody to the hospital with a broken hip, that was pretty much the end of them. The end for anybody. Because it was just prior to doctors being able to rebuild hips and use artificial parts and all of that. And all of that improved, and people were coming out of the hospital faster and healthier. And in the nursing home business, at least in the state of Connecticut, and I know it was happening everywhere else, the local governments found that they couldn't support reimbursing all these nursing homes that had all these seniors in them. And when they looked at it, half of these people didn't even need nursing homes. They just needed very minimal care that could probably be done in many cases by having a person come into a person's house for an hour or two a day. So they put all these limits on how bad off a person needed to be before they could get into a nursing home. So this kept a lot of people staying in their own homes. Also kind of put pressure on us because, as I say, we were getting a different type of person coming through the front door now. So what we ended up with at that point were no more independent, healthy seniors. We were getting more of the needy type of person. And again, it was happening all through the other complexes that were similar to ours. And at that point, somebody in their brilliant moment of wisdom decided to turn all these places into assisted living buildings. Similar to nursing homes where the state would come in, you'd have to meet certain requirements and provide a certain amount of care, make sure there was a nurse on duty and all of that kind of stuff. Well, we didn't want to get into that, and we found the way around was when people would move in, part of their lease agreement was that they would have to provide their own health care up until a point where they needed a nursing home. And we had no interaction in that regard at all. It was all up to the person moving in. So technically, it was just like a person living in their own home who provided their own person to come in once a day or once a week or whatever they required. Operationally, of course, it put kind of a burden on us because now you've got people that are incontinent, people with dementia that maybe they have a person coming in during the day to help them, but at night they're wandering around. That type of thing. So we basically went back to being about as close as you can get to a nursing home. My work history kind of went full circle. And then again, probably from 95 on, we were continually having to readjust what we were doing in all departments to meet the needs of these people that were somewhere in between being independent and being in a nursing home. And so it continues to this day. Kind of nice to have all of these work history videos behind me, especially this time of year. Got Halloween coming up. I got to do something for videos for that. So stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks an awful lot for watching.